Okay, everyone, thank you for tuning in today. And we're going to continue building on what we've been working on and activating our avatars, stepping into a higher earth timeline, anchoring in heaven on earth through our bodies, and really birthing this new world out of the nothing. Because when we anchor into the old, we're not gonna we have to anchor into it, but then we have to kind of be the chicken and the egg at the same time. So we're really birthing something new, and we're birthing it from ourselves, from our own hearts, from our own imaginations. And we're not going to get it really from our parents at this point or anything. We really have to kind of like be our own parents and really birth this new earth. So today we're going to be looking at this path of following through and creating our legacy and everything, and just honoring everything that we've been through, the challenges that make us strong to be able to bring forth a better earth. So we're going to be looking at quote unquote success and quote unquote failure, and looking at building our legacy, and looking at what's truly important to us beyond what society is asking us to do. So, and through this will give us strength to continue to propel us forward with our heart's vision of what we're bringing forth at this time on behalf of the collective. So, here we go. Let's begin by breathing. You can put your hands in a mudra that unites the hemispheres. You can use this one or this one, and we're gonna breathe. And on the last breath, I'm gonna say, squeeze your stomach, pull your hands together, squeegee your eyeballs, and hold. And then I also just kind of like squeeze everything until I kind of shake, and then I release. So you can take that as far as you want. If you want to do locks all the way from the bottom of your spine, locking your perineum, stomach, chin, eyeballs looking up, holding, squeezing everything, you can do all that. But the bare minimum would be squeeze your stomach, pull your hands, and squeegee eyeballs. Okay? So here we go. Okay. Choose a mudra and exhale all the air out through your mouth, squeezing your stomach. Deep breaths, mouth. Mouth, nose. Nose, nose. Nose, mouth. Mouth, mouth. Mouth, nose. Nose, nose. Nose, mouth. Mouth, mouth. Mouth, nose. Nose, nose. Nose, mouth. Last one, mouth, mouth. On the exhale, squeeze your stomach, pull your hands together, squeegee eyeballs, look up, hold as long as you can on the exhale, then relax and release everything. So, by your own standards and values, I want you to bring to mind your biggest success, what you are actually proud of yourself for accomplishing. By your own standards and values, what is the thing that you're most proud of, your accomplishment, your biggest success? Even if it may seem insignificant to the outside world, or you don't really get that much, like if it doesn't make you rich and famous, like what are you really proud of yourself for? Now imagine that your 8-year-old self could see you now, and what would your 8-year-old self think was cool about you now? Okay, we're gonna breathe again. You can briefly open your eyes to put your hands in the mudra. Exhale all the air out through your mouth, squeezing your stomach. Deep breaths, mouth, mouth. Mouth, nose. Nose, nose. Nose, mouth. Mouth, mouth. mouth, nose. Nose, nose. Nose, mouth. Mouth, mouth. Mouth, nose. Nose, nose. Nose, mouth. Last one, mouth, mouth, squeeze, hold. When you're done holding, you can relax and release everything. So in your wildest dreams, you don't have to be conservative or rational or logical, but in your wildest dreams, what do you want your legacy to be? What do you want to leave behind for others? What do you want to be known for? In your wildest dreams, when you're very accomplished and you've mastered everything that you're working on now and everything comes to fruition, what do you want your legacy to be? What are you leaving behind for others? Okay, we're going to breathe again. You can briefly open your eyes, put your hands in the mudra, exhale all the air out through your mouth, squeezing the stomach. Deep breaths, mouth, mouth. Mouth, nose. Nose, nose. Nose, mouth. Mouth, mouth. mouth, nose, 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 mouth, 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 nose, 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 mouth, 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 nose, 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 mouth. Last one, mouth, mouth, squeeze, hold. When you're done holding, you can relax and release everything. So now I want you to do a life review, just looking back and just notice all the little failures you've had. All the little failures, failed relationships, failed projects, failed ideas, all the failures, large and small. Just whatever arises, whatever's bubbling up for you, just let it just flash through all the memories of all the little and big things that you failed at. And notice how that string of failures has gotten you to where you are now. Okay, we're going to breathe again. You can Briefly open your eyes, put your hands in the mudra, exhale all the air out through your mouth, squeezing your stomach. Deep breaths, inhale, exhale, mouth, mouth. Mouth, nose. Nose, nose. Nose, mouth. Mouth, mouth. Mouth, nose. Nose, nose. Nose, mouth. Mouth, mouth. Mouth, nose. Nose, nose. Nose, mouth. Last one, mouth, mouth, squeeze, hold. When you're done holding, you can relax and release everything. So I want you to half your age. So if you're 40, go back to when you're 20. If you're 30, go back to when you're 15. And what do you wish that you knew then that you knew now? So go back to your, whatever, your younger self, half your age. And what do you know now that you wish you would have known then? What do you know now? Looking at your younger self, and now you're much older and wiser. What do you wish you would have known back then that you do know now? Okay, we're going to breathe again. We have 2 more layers. Put the hands in the mudra. Exhale all the air out through the mouth, squeezing the stomach. Deep breaths, mouth, mouth. Inhale, exhale. Mouth, nose. Nose, nose. Nose, mouth. Mouth, mouth. Mouth, nose. Nose, nose. Nose, mouth. Mouth, mouth. Mouth, nose. Nose, nose. Nose, mouth. Last one, mouth, mouth. On the exhale, squeeze, hold. When you're done holding, relax and release everything. And what comes to mind when you think of your biggest failure? Just looking at it now, taking some time to be present and observe what you notice about your biggest failure. Just looking at whatever comes to mind when I say biggest failure, just looking at that now and noticing what you notice about it and the process of it and why it happened and what it is. What you know now that you didn't know then. What comes to mind when I say your biggest failure? Okay, we're going to breathe again. This is our last layer, so you can briefly open your eyes, put your hands in the mudra, exhale all the air out through your mouth, squeezing your stomach. Deep breaths, inhale, exhale, mouth, mouth. Mouth, nose. Nose, nose. Nose, mouth. Mouth, mouth. Mouth, nose. Nose, nose. Nose, mouth. Mouth, mouth. Mouth, nose. Nose, nose. Nose, mouth. Last one, mouth, mouth. On the exhale, squeeze and hold. When you're done holding, you can relax and release everything. So now I want you to flash forward to your future self, and you're totally successful, accomplished, you're living your dream, your highest timeline. Just everything is masterful. You're a master, and you just feel really good. And what does that version, wait, let's first just get there. Just get there. Just feel yourself. Everything is going well. You've mastered all the different areas of your life that you're working on. Your health, your finances, your creativity, your community, partnership, family. You're just a master. Let's just take a moment to anchor into that. seeing your future self. You've mastered life. Everything is dialed in. Your health, your finances, you have a good relationship with your family. You have people around you who appreciate you and value you. If you want partnership, you have that. Everything is just, your creativity is just flourishing. Everything is on point. You feel great. So dreaming into your future self, you're a master. Your health is on point. You're a master. Your creativity is on point. You're a master. Your finances are on point. You are a master. Your close circle of people around you deeply see you and value you and appreciate you and esteem you and hold you and cherish you. You are a master. You feel no charge around talking to your family. You feel good. You're on good terms with your family. You're a master. You're embodying divine love and you're able to give that to them without expecting anything in return. You feel at peace with your family. You are a master. All of your relationships are harmonious and mutually beneficial and deeply respectful. Okay, so seeing yourself in that time of mastery, that future version, what does that future version of you know that you are still working on now? What does that person know that you're still learning now? Just tune in with that future version of you and what wisdom do they have for your current self? And see if you can relax into that knowing now as you relax into integrating that wisdom into your life, allowing it to flourish from within. Effortless, anchored inside of yourself, deeply anchored in yourself. And just for a few more moments, just relaxing now into the embodiment of the embodied wisdom of your mastery. And just feeling now as if you are that master and letting it be easy. Letting you holding that truth and that knowing so deeply inside of you, anchored into your own reality on the inside, that your external reality has no choice but to reflect it to you. And anything that's in contradiction with the wisdom of your inner knowing it can easily just fall away as you relax deeper and deeper into the embodied knowing of your own mastery. Relaxing into it, anchoring into yourself. You're anchoring into your own inner knowing and your own inner peace. You are your own source. Reality responds to what you know and what you vibe from within, from your deep inner knowing. Now, just for a moment, I want you to imagine that as you're deeply anchored into your own inner peace and your own inner truth, I want you to imagine like in the outside that all of a sudden there's like a peanut gallery that pipes up that's like, you can't do that, or like, that's not gonna work, or whatever. But I want you to imagine that they just sound like little tiny mosquitoes, and you're just so anchored into your own inner truth that you just let them fade out like with a breeze that just like blows them away. You're so anchored in your own truth that when that peanut gallery comes up, like, you're crazy, that's not gonna work, how can you do that, you're so arrogant, you're selfish, what are you talking about, that's whatever. Just imagine like that your own inner vibe is so much stronger than that, that they almost like, it's almost inaudible. It sounds like little mice chirping. Okay, we're gonna breathe one more time to close, and then we can integrate. So you can open your eyes, put your hands in the mudra, close your eyes, exhale all the air out through your mouth, squeezing your stomach. Deep breaths, inhale, exhale, mouth, mouth. Mouth, nose. Nose, nose. Nose, mouth. Mouth, mouth. Mouth, nose. Nose, nose. Nose, mouth. Mouth, mouth. Mouth, nose. Nose, nose. Nose, mouth. Last one, mouth, mouth on the exhale. Squeeze and hold. And when you're done squeezing and holding, you can relax and release everything. Thank you everyone for tuning in today. So glad to be on this journey with you. I hope that what you saw today was that there's no failures, only just keep moving forward, and it's all success and all part of the learning process. And the difference between a successful person and a person who fails is that the successful person has failed more times. So anyways, if you need additional support, you can reach out to me at lovelikeanocean.com, and you can repeat this session as many times as you need, and it'll go deeper and deeper. Thanks for tuning in.